Nobody told me how lonely being a man is. I had closer friendships with random women I met in the bathroom before I transitioned at clubs because of how open women are. Then
right here, right now, it's the right time, it's the right sound, right now, right now. Tell the whole pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down. Tell the nigga pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. And you already know, Reclaim Your Throne. So guys, I want to review this video of a trans man, a biological woman who transitioned into a man. And now this individual, this transformer, is crying about how being a man is hard and it's lonely and da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's so funny because as a man, growing up as a kid, you kind of are always realize, yeah, I had a big family with brothers and sisters. But once people started leaving the house, graduating, going to college, things got more lonelier. And then when I went to college myself, it got even more lonely because people don't check up on men like they check up on women. All right. And thankfully, I had a very supportive family who loved me very much and checked up on me all the time. But not everybody has that. And when you transition into a man like this woman here, which, I mean, this person must be on a lot of testosterone, because this dude done grew out a full beard and all that, man. Like, I ain't even got, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even got my joint coming in. But, you know, it's a work in progress. But this individual pretty much is a cheater, okay? You cheated and became a man, and now you're starting to see just how lonely a man's existence is. I think it's pretty funny. I think it's humorous. There's no going back to a woman at this point with all that facial hair. Another man will never be attracted to you unless you date a homosexual man. And that's what a lot of transformers are ending up doing. You know, you have trans women transitioning into men and then dating trans... Oh, shit. Well, okay, so you have... It's a little confusing. You have trans men going from women to men, dating trans women who went from man to woman, okay? And they're pretty much in a heterosexual relationship, but they took on the opposite gender role in the relationship. So, you know, we saw Zaya Wade with that white girl who transitioned into a boy. Very weird. They are kids and whatnot, so, you know, we're gonna cool off a little bit, but this is what's going on. The weirdos are pairing up with the weirdos, okay? Like, they're not getting really successful or being really successful at they're not really being successful at getting heterosexual cisgendered men or women like they're attracted to. Like, this person right here is probably attracted to women, but you're not going to be able to date hot girls being a trans woman or trans man unless you are very famous. That's the only way. Fame, clout, that's the only way you'll be able to date a hot girl. Like, you're gonna have to date somebody with septum piercing and all these piercings in their lip and freaking gauges in their ear and tattoos all their body, just like a mess of a person. Like, you won't be able to you're not gonna be able to date a hot girl. Like, hot girls do not like trans men. I'm telling you that right now. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
nobody told me how lonely being a man is. I had closer friendships with random women I met in the bathroom before I transitioned at clubs because of how open women are than I've had in my 8 years of transitioning. Because women are just so much more vulnerable and deep than men. But to have known, and I think a lot of trans men feel this, is we knew what depth felt like before we transitioned. We knew what it felt like to like have people want to hug us. And to have people want to talk to us. And to have a community. And then you transition and you're just a guy walking down the street that people cross the street so that they're not near you. And friendships are so much harder to build.
Oh, so sad. Now imagine being a black man with that same sentiment. See, you know why I don't feel sorry for this person? Because this person was probably like, F men, da-da-da-da-da, men are trash, before they transition. And then you go and transition into a man thinking that you're just going to make the male race better. Like, bruh, you are... or the male gender better, or the male sex rather better. You know, you're a joke, okay? And as you know, it's just so funny to see these people regretting these decisions. I love it, okay? I love it. I enjoy it. I bask in the glory of being right 100% of the time. These people regret their decisions, and as a matter of fact, even a lot of trans women still keep their dangalangs. They do, and it's disgusting.
And people are colder. What's hard is none of this invalidates how real and raw women and people who are in marginalized groups feel about cis white men.
What? I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody is scared of cis white men. Nobody. Well, maybe women are. And honestly, I don't even believe that, because I never see women are more scared. I mean, as a whole, and this as a whole in the West, whatnot, women of other races, even black women, are more scared of black men than, and you know, I'm not saying that they don't have a valid reason to be afraid in certain cases, but they're not really scared of cis white men. Like when you see a white guy, you're not fear does not get instilled into you unless he's like some super badass guy, or I don't even know, because it's just never happened. You know, people don't really fear white guys like that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one who feels that way, but real men, which this is not a real man, we don't fear white guys. Okay? If anything, you fear another brother coming and spinning the block on you, but that fear never occurs in our thought process when we think of cisgender white guys. As a matter of fact, I mean, cisgender white guys are damn near the nicest people. I mean, people are gonna hang me for this, but they're damn near I mean, at least in the West, they're damn near the nicest people on the planet. And they got, I mean, the most open, the most accepting, the most willing to have a conversation with you. And this is coming from a black male perspective. I just can't, I don't see it, bro. I really don't see it, because think about it. Like, as a black man, who are you going to be able to go up to randomly and have a conversation with more? A woman of any race, or a white guy? Yeah, I mean, that's self-explanatory. Like, any black man who's really telling the truth about life and who's actually been outside and experienced any type of life whatsoever in the West, you know that to be a fact. Because, and I can break it down race by race, okay? Now, here we go. Oh, okay, so as a black man, approach a white woman, see what you get. You're going to get a little bit of fear. Maybe if you have a common face in the community, like maybe you're approaching a girl at the gym who you know and you see every day, she's not going to have that same fear. But you approach a random white woman on the street, she is going to, boom, her body language is going to, you know, revert back. All right. And you're not going to see that same body language if a white guy was to approach her. Now, as a black man, again, approach a Mexican woman on the street. For one, she's going to write you off because you don't speak Espanol. Off rip, she's going to write you off. Unless you're like super attractive. Okay. So that one is going to be a difficult one to go along with. And then the hardest one to approach initially, at least. Now, I'm not saying it's the hardest to bed them, right? But the hardest one to approach initially, the hardest ones to approach initially are hot, sexy, attractive black women. I'm not talking about, 300 pound, 200 pound, If you're fat, it is what it is. We're not talking about you. I'm talking about the hot ones, the ones who like look good, who everybody can universally say, damn, she's actually a bad B, right? These girls are very difficult to approach, and they're going to be abrasive to you. Dude, if I guarantee I go up to any white guy and just spark a conversation, that conversation is going to last at least 2 minutes unless he's just completely busy as hell or just super irritated. But I'm going to tell you what, white guys are probably the easiest people on the planet to approach. And it's not even a question. It really isn't.
All of that's valid. But I also now understand why the suicide rate is so much higher in men. Because this shit is lonely. And I'm an emotionally mature man.
No, you're a woman, and you're I mean, I wouldn't even say that you're an emotionally mature woman, because if you were an emotionally mature woman, you would mature into yourself and say, hey, I know I'm a woman. I will never be a man. So why try and be a man? Let me just be the best tomboy that I could be. But no, you made the emotional decision, transition into a man. Now you regret it. Now you regret your life and you hate your life. See, it's different if you start your life off as a man, because when you start your life off as a man, you already know it's hard. Okay. In sports, it's super hard to stand out as a man. I mean, men are just so freaking athletic, bro. Like, it's crazy. And this is coming from me. I'm a freak athlete. I could jump 60 inches and, bench press 425 pounds. I can squat over 500 pounds, deadlifting over 600 pounds. And it's still so hard to compete with other men. Like, this ain't no game. Men are, I mean, we're just, it's like we are the closest thing to God, bro. Like, there's nothing that can really, if you got brains and bronze, meaning if you are smart and you're big, tall, fast, strong, I mean, there's nothing that can stop you as a man except a bullet, obviously, somebody taking your life. But other than that, we're unstoppable. And that's the reality, and that's what the Matrix doesn't want you to know, that you as a man are unstoppable if you get yourself together. And men are just so competitive. Like, it's so hard to compete with men. Now, me personally, I've been a man all my life, so I mean, I'm very gifted. I run really fast. I'm really strong. I'm not the tallest, but I am very physical. I'm very aggressive. I don't mind hitting people. I don't mind, confronting people physically. So, that is what it is, but as a man, if you are disadvantaged in any way, you have to overcompensate and stand out in another way. Okay. So I'm 5'8", so I have to be in good shape. If I was 6'4", I could have a little gut. It wouldn't matter because I'm 6'4", right? But since I'm 5'8", if I have a gut at 5'8", I'm gonna look like a damn Eminem. So, you got to, kind of even the scales out in different ways. So I might beat a tall guy out because he's a fat tall guy, and I'm a swole, 6-pack, 8-pack abs, guy, right? But if I was to compete against a tall guy who had abs and whatnot, and we're just like competing specifically for women on a superficial attractiveness level, like, let's say a dating app or something, he's probably going to beat me out initially until, personalities come into play. But I'm just talking about physically, he's probably going to beat me out. And that's what I'm saying. There's so many different factors to being a man that are so competitive that if you become a complete man, money, frame, game, and all that good stuff, exercise, being fit, then, I mean, the sky's the limit.
I know how to build friendships, and it is still really, really hard. Try to think about how you can, in your small little community where you feel safe, can reach out to the men in your life and just help them feel maybe seen for a moment.
You think women are gonna do that? No. They hate men, they don't care about men, and they don't care about men's relationship. They don't even care about some of the men that they're smashing. They don't even care about the men that they are, you know, intercourseally engaged with. This is how callous and cold and non-nurturing these modern women are. They're not the nurturing type who, if they see a man who's sad, they're gonna go comfort him. Those women are gone. You know, you better ask your mama for that. See, and a lot of women say that. I'm not your mom. Okay, cool. Then what do I have you here for?
Or do little conversations to help their emotional maturity so that they can reach out to people and have deeper guy friendships.
Dude, help men's emotional maturity. We're already emotionally mature. We emotionally matured before women did. I know people like to say, oh, women mature faster than men. I beg to differ. But anyways, this was pretty funny. Maybe this guy needs to go date that maybe this woman needs to go date that woman who was looking for the toxically masculine liberal guy, right? Remember the woman that we reviewed in the other video? I mean, what are we living? It's a clown world. These people are jokes. But anyways, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send a relationship question to your email down below with a screenshot of your CashApp so I know you're paying on time, man. Y'all need to be on your motherfucking deal with the BS. You already know. Reclaim your throne.
Want to become an elite level athlete? Well, look no further. The Reclaim Your Throne Elite D1 training course is all you need to take your performance from subpar to the creme de la creme of athletes all around the world. The purpose of this course is to give you a comprehensive weight training, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance program that is meant to prepare young athletes for collegiate and professional sports. This course is packed with over 2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.